It is a Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. Before we get started, I'm not Forex Shark. I'm not Stunna Breezy. I am not Thomas G. I'm not Ray from Bartertown Conglomerate. I'm not Crypto Kings. I'm not anybody else. I'm my own channel, and I am not a drip maxi, which means that I can talk freely about any project that I want. I don't take referrals from people. And I don't take any, but not that anybody's coming to me to try and have me sponsor one of their projects, but I don't do that either because I want to be able to speak honest to you. And I'm certainly not your financial advisor. I'm just some guy on the internet who is showing you and sharing with you his journey in terms of how he's trying to change his financial life. So do your own research. Again, I'm not your friend either, so take everything that I say with a grain of salt, and again, make sure you do your own research. So let's cover the topics and jump right into it, because we had the big AMA last week, and it was a big nothing burger. I'm just, again, I told you I'd be honest. I'm not I'm long on this project still, although I'm a little bit concerned. I think that, and again, to address the first title here, is Forex Shark's legacy and reputation at risk? And my answer is yes. And I'm not going to stick on this for a long time because, again, I know people are going to be like, you're fudding your own project, you're fudding your own bags. And that's not what I'm doing at all. I'm keeping it real. I'm heavily invested in the project. I'm just letting you know because I don't want new people coming in. All the hypesters, all the people who are selling the hope, you better get in before $10. You missed out at $4. Guess what? I didn't do that. And those people who have been like, hey, you better get in before it hits $10, people got in at $9 here, and where's the price of drip right now? Just as of last week, it's at $6.75. So all those people that, you were hyping up, in hoping that, Forex Shark would actually have a solid date, people got in at $9. They're already down almost $3, right? And again, long term, I think it'll be fine. But I can't in good conscience recommend people get into this project while it's broken, and that's what it is. We've been broken since March. We still haven't gotten our dogs. He has money tied up, and I don't doubt that he's working. I don't know that he's working effectively because the devs that he's hiring or that he has aren't getting the job done. That he talked about that. And here's what I'm going to say also. Here's where his reputation, where Forex Shark's reputation is at risk. He's at risk of becoming Richard Hart, which in my opinion isn't I did a video, would I rather have Forex Shark or Richard Hart? And at the time I made the video, it was Forex Shark by a long stretch. I still would rather have Forex Shark. I think he's way more innovative. However, I don't know that he's working smartly. Again, he could release the BUSD drip farm. I know he doesn't want to. His excuse that he gave was then people will sell pigs. People are selling pigs right now. People want to be able to put the pigs in the piggy bank, right? And it makes that makes zero sense to me that's the reason why. He wants to launch it and have this whole big bang and all the fanfare that comes with it. Secondly, he's doing these AMAs. I still think it's a bad thing because, number one, he said that he would have a date at the end of the month. He did not. So that was all on him, right? He's fudding his own project by not being able to deliver right now. And again, I'm not trying to be hard on the guy. I've told you I'll give him praise when it's due. Super smart guy. I'm long on this project, but he's not helping himself by doing these AMAs at all. As soon as he had the AMA and it was determined that there's no date and in sight in terms of when this thing was going to be live, the price of drip started plummeting, and so did pigs. So again, he did that himself, not me. No one made him give the date of him saying that the end of the month he'd have a firm date. No one had any input in terms of who he should hire. And again, if it is found out that it's BB, who has been his primary engineer and coder since the beginning, and he can't get it done without him, I think that I know all the OGs out there that made all this money were like, Forex Shark's made me a lot of money. It really wasn't Forex Shark then, was it? It was maybe it was BB who was doing that, right? Even though Forex Shark had the vision, but if he can't maintain the relationship that gets things done, then that's where I'm saying his reputation's at risk. So anyway, that's where that is, right? again, I'm not trying to beat down on the guy. Let things play out, because again, everyone's going to come back and say, all the fudders that are out there, all the people that are fudding the project. The price went down not because of any FUD videos, not a one. The price went down because the date wasn't delivered and everybody had the anticipation that we were going to have a firm date, and it was all on Forex Sharp. And again, I'm not faulting the guy. I think it's complex. And here's the thing where we should have a little bit of grace is that if you don't know how to code, here's what happens. If you have to go in behind somebody else's code and figure out what's going on, the logic behind it, sometimes code is done elegantly, right? Other times it's ugly necessary, right? You have to have some workarounds because you're under a tight timeline or budget or whatever that reason is. Just something doesn't work out nicely and the code is ugly. Either way, if there's just lines and lines and thousands of lines of code, it is very, very hard to go back in and fix somebody else's code, especially if they don't have the same type of logical thinking or thinking that you do, the way that you would do something, and if they didn't comment it out well. And I've seen that over the years a ton of times. So I get that it's maybe daunting for him to actually roll up his sleeves. He said that he could get in there and do it. It would take him a long time. I get that it's daunting. But what's more daunting is losing the faith of the people. And the people have spoken after what happened on Friday. And so he's either got to get somebody in there that can fix it. He's got to roll up his sleeves and stop with the AMAs. I mean, you can have all these great ideas. But right now, we have a Porsche that's sitting on blocks. And we're talking about changing the color, adding a new navigation system, but we can't go anywhere because it's still sitting on blocks. That's the truth of the matter. So anyway, I get it. I do want us to have a little bit of grace for him in terms of just how daunting it could be if he lost BB or whoever that developer was that's not been delivering. And I'm hearing two different things. I keep hearing, yeah, it's 100% done, but yet we still have more stuff to do. So I don't get speaking out of both sides of your mouth like that either. So again, that's where I am on it. You can call me a fudder if you want. I'm not, because you're about to see as I get into Piggy Bank what I'm doing here with my strategy. I'm long on the whole project. I am. So you can call me a fudder if you want. I'm telling you the truth, and I want people who are new, who are thinking about this. It's a great long-term project. If you don't mind the volatility while he's getting things fixed and back up and working, then go ahead and get in, because these prices are pretty low, right? But you've got to understand that you can see a run-up again in terms of him saying that we're going to have a firm date in 2 weeks, and then you get to that point, and if you're buying in at the peak of that initial FOMO here, you're going to lose money. You're going to lose money, and you won't if you don't get cash in. If you're long and just keep dollar cost averaging and keep hydrating, you'll be all right. But I can't recommend you get in until this thing is up and running. I just can't. I can't put new capital in until this thing is up and running. Doesn't mean that I'm not long in the project. He's just got to figure things out. He's the one who's, getting out in front of people, having the AMAs. He's the one who's promising things and not being able to deliver, regardless of what the reason is, right? So that's that. I told you I'd keep it real. That's what I'm doing. Let's do this. Let's go over and take a look at the piggy bank, right? And here's what I've been doing. I keep track of, just kind of forecasting where things are, right? So right now, if I would have recorded the video a little bit later, I think I would have been at about $3.36, right? So let's do this. I want to just kind of capture where my totals are. And see what where I'm going to be at. So this is 200 right here, 286. All right, 200 and let's see, 86 here. And then what was the other last two? I have 10, and I'm just rounding up to the number 10 and 42, right? So we're going to track and see how many. You can see what I'm doing the last month, 10 and 42. Okay, so right there. So right now, I should have, if I go and sell all of these, which I will do, I'll have approximate, maybe a little bit more, maybe 339 because it didn't count the change, right? But I'll have about 8, so I'm going to be taking out, I'll have about 169 take home. Actually, that's not right. It's half of that because, but that's half of this is pigs and half of this is BUSD. So I'll have, about 84.50 that I'll take home in BUSD, and then 84.50 worth of pigs that I should be able to deposit. We'll see where that is after, where we land on this. So let's go in, and I'm going to actually let you guys watch me sell those, and you see I don't have any pigs in here, pigs BUSD, right? So let me go ahead and sell these, and then I'll go up and I'll show you on Pancake Swap how I split the liquidity back, right? So I'm going to go ahead and hit sell. And hit sell here. And click sell here. And I'm going to click sell here. These are my open unlocked piggy banks, right? So let's see, make sure that these are all, and then I'll recompound, and then I'll actually go ahead and run these when I compound these later on this afternoon when I do it closer to 5:30. Okay, let me click off of this and go back and see what's going on, see that it took. And I have zeros here. Okay, so I sold those. So let's go back up to the piggy bank and kind of see what I have here. Stake balance, and this should be showing up here any second. No, and I'm not going to drop those pigs in right now because I want to do this later this afternoon. I do it all. I have a system here that I do, so not showing up yet, right? So let me see if I can see the pigs AFP tokens that I have. Huh. Not showing up. Wonder what's going on. Oh, that's because I sold the C's. That's what I got to do. Sorry about that. I got to go over here and there we go. Okay, so here's what I got, right? I got 20 with, after all of this, I got 20.77 because it's a liquidity pair. That's why it wasn't showing up over there, right? So I get, basically after I sold all of those, I have this, right? And so I want to click off of this, and I want to remove liquidity, right? So again, I'm taking 50% out, and then I'm gonna put my new stakes in, right? So we'll just do this, right? And that should leave me with 10. So I'll have 5 and 5 to start the new piggy banks that I have here, right? And I'm gonna enable this. And what it's going to give me, excuse me, you see after I split this 50% of those the liquidity pairs, the 20 liquidity pairs that I had, it's going to give me 1.2 pig and 85 BUSD that I have that I can use for myself. I can buy some more BNB or to send it to my crypto account and drop it into my bank, right? So I'm going to hit remove. And then boom. Okay. So once that's done, I should, and then I'm going to go up and make sure this is done, and I'll capture what my BUSD net is there. It should be 86 bucks. We'll just go ahead and make sure, right? All right, there we go. So let's go and do this. I'm going to go back up and go to my assets because I did track what I had originally, and that's about right? So I'll copy this and go back over to my spreadsheet. I'll paste this in. I already set the formula up, and it gives me about that 85, right? Which is what we saw. Okay, so my total pigs that I'll have after, and actually I can go back and we can look at that right now too, right? I'll go back up to the pig pen and click off of this and refresh it. All right. Okay, so I have 1.2. Yeah, I'm not doing that right now, but I'm just copying this. All right, that I'll be able later on this afternoon. So I basically netted 1.2 pigs that I'll drop into the piggy bank this afternoon when I do my piece here. So this is what I got here. I got 1.2 pigs on this round, and what I say, 84.50. And we'll see how many plants I get per piggy bank that new piggy bank that I start here. Okay, so let's go down to the piggy bank. And I've been doing every first of the month, I go and I start 2 new piggy banks, one for 57 weeks, because, and I have 10 here, so I'm going to do basically 5 and 5, and one, I'll divide that up, right? All right, so I'm going to do one at 57 weeks, and then the other one I max out at 156 weeks, right? So we'll see how many plants I get, and I think it's going to be about, based on my calculations, close to 100, maybe a little bit over 100,000, not plants, piglets that I get here, right? So I'm going to do 5.19. That should be about half for the 57 weeks, right? I'm going to do by piglets. I'm going to confirm, and I should get a little bit more because I have all this little kind of spare decimals, beyond that 1.9 for the next one, right? All right, so let's see. Let's click off and refresh. Should have a new one here, and I did, and I actually got 85. Is that right? I think that's right. Yeah, I only got 85,000 piglets, but that's all right. Started is way better than what I did before, right? So if I go back over to my piggy bank here, boom, and boom. Oop. All right, now I'll fix this all later, right? All right, let's go back and do the other one that I said I was going to do. I'm just going to max this out at 156 weeks. Oops, see, this isn't right. They need to fix this too. I keep doing this every time, but I'm not making a bunch of pigs every day or anything, right? So let me just copy this, paste this in. By piglets, 156 weeks, we should be good. We should have close to the same amount, a little bit more maybe, in terms of piglets, and it doesn't matter for that longer term one, right? So let's wait and see. We'll refresh this, click off, and go back over. And again, even though I'm giving, some honest, critical feedback, and I think it's constructive feedback about Forex Shark, I am long. If I was short, I would have just cashed everything out and sold it, right? I'm not selling the pig. So you can't say I'm fudding. I'm just giving you honest feedback, right? All right, let's go over here. And we do have number 11 here. And actually we got a few less. And again, that variance there can be because of the price of pigs going down, but this one will take off and surpass everything I have in my wallet because of the starting point. Let's go back over to the piggy bank status. Boom. All right, I'll fix this later. So at the end of the day, let's see, I'm just going to go with the lower number here per stake, right? This is what I got in piglets, after doing this. And then next month it'll be more, right? And that's what I'm doing with this whole thing, right? So again, I'm very long, this whole project. Forex Shark needs to just roll up his sleeves and figure out how to get this thing up and running as soon as possible, and open up that drip BUSD. That'll help the price as well. But I mean, again, you can talk value all you want, but if people keep selling like they did after they heard that he wasn't going to have this thing up and running, it is not good for anybody, right? So, all right, let's just show you where I am with my drip stuff. And so, again, you can see the price of drip there, not great from where it was before the AMA. In my main wallet, I have 585. I should be at 600 here in the next couple of days. Piston token, doing what it does. They're making changes. I mean, I don't know. They're my Diamond Team 2 wallet is dead, or miner is dead. So we'll see. I've made back my money on this, so I'm fine with just kind of holding long term on this. And then you saw, actually, I've shown you where I'm just going to jump over here. Man, I love the garden too. I love the drip garden. Look at this. I'm at 423. Look at how quickly I'm building up. I just, it was a little over an hour ago, and I'm back up to 800 plants here. And you guys can pause this. You can see that right now the LP is at 10.6 that I'm earning per day. I'm making 588 an hour. I'll be at 425 when I compound later. Actually, if I wanted to compound now in a little bit, I mean, I could be right at that 425, but I'm going to let it roll till about 12:30. But you guys can see what's going on there. And that's pretty much it. Again, I don't cover the miners anymore because I just don't believe in them, right? And so I think I've been going on for quite a while now. You have my piggy bank updates. Again, don't take this as FUD. Take it as an honest assessment, especially if you're new to the channel. You know, you can. There's another guy. And I'll post his video in the link that I listen to. That is also a YouTuber that's also giving some honest, critical feedback. I can't remember his name. A bunch of letters and numbers or whatever. But he's taking the same approach I am in terms of giving you guys honest feedback about this whole ecosystem and Forex Shark. So I like this guy because I think that's what you need to hear. You have all these folks who are selling you hope. You can't say anything bad about the project. We had nothing to do with the price dumping on Friday or Saturday rather after the AMA when it was determined that there was no solid date for this thing getting live again. It had nothing to do with any flutters or anything. So anyway, I'm gonna cut this short. Be kind to each other still. Be honest with people. I think that's also a good policy. I know some people are gonna, not like what I have to say here. I don't have this YouTube channel to make money. I'm not making 1 red cent. I'm not trying to make any money off of you guys. I'm not asking you to do anything for me. I'm just sharing with you my honest assessment. I hope it helps. I hope it can help you make wise decisions, and it's just another data point for you. But we can still be kind to each other and be honest. I still think Forex Shark is a very, very smart young man. He's just got to figure a few things out, and he's got to figure them out quickly. And then be generous. Be generous, even though you're not rich yet. You will be if you're doing the right things here. And we will talk to you on Friday.